What's up, guys? Back again. Tuesday, day 2 of first week of NFL is over with, and unfortunately for about, I guess a third of the league, they're already out for the season. I mean, we saw some very bad football this weekend, and fan bases who've been waiting since February to see their team take the field, and they're already out. I mean, Thursday night we saw the Bears, the inept offense of Mitch Trubisky and Matt Nagy. They scored 3 points against the Packers, who synonymously been known not to have a good defense. So Bears are out. And then you get to Sunday, you see a game like the Lions and the Cardinals, Kyler Murray and Matthew Stafford, and they played to a tie. Both of those teams are out. The Bills and Jets played each other 17-16. That whole the AFC East is kind of like the division Clemson's in the ACC. It's New England and three scrubs, and like it is Clemson with the rest of those teams. Miami got shelled by Baltimore. They're obviously out as well. Jaguars. I thought the Jaguars had a shot. Nick Foles comes in. They got a good defense. He breaks his collarbone. He's out for, I think, until at least week 11. Had surgery yesterday. So Jaguars went from actually finally having a quarterback to not having a quarterback. He actually traded for Josh Dobbs to be the backup, and that's not good. Last night, Denver, Joe Flacco looked like a 50-year-old quarterback. I mean, he ended up having decent numbers at the end of the night, but it was terrible. That whole offense just looked out of sorts. They're in for a long haul, especially in that division. Denver's gone. The Redskins actually played pretty well and had a big lead against the Eagles and turned around and lost. I just can't see where they can sustain in that division with the Eagles and the Cowboys, so they're out. The Falcons, same old song. Falcons coming into the season. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones. Julio just signed a big deal. You think the defense may be a little better, and the Vikings just put it on them quick. So the Falcons, they're gone. And then Tampa Bay, Jameis Winston. I can't imagine he's got his contract year. I can't imagine he gets re-signed by Tampa Bay. They got beat by the 49ers. So a lot of bad football. A lot of good football too. I mean, surprises of the week. Even in losses, teams like the Colts, Jacoby Brissett, they played the Chargers to overtime. That was pretty impressive. Last night, the Texans and Saints was probably one of the best football games I've seen in a long time, where the Saints kick a field goal to go up by 6. Deshaun Watson 2 passes later is in the end zone. They go up by 1. Missed the extra point, but get roughed on the kick. Make it. Drew Brees gets the ball back, and 3 plays or so is in field goal range, and then Lutz kicks like a 58-yarder to win the game. Even in the loss, the Texans showed that they may be a contender with Deshaun Watson, Nuke Hopkins. The defense didn't play great in the second half. They played really well in the first half, but I think we know about where we stand. I think you could take a handful of teams, maybe 6 or 8, and go ahead and put the playoffs in motion, I think. Pittsburgh's another team that looked really bad Sunday night. I don't know. Losing AB and losing Le'Veon Bell, I understand, but you didn't replace him with anybody. I mean, you don't have anybody. I mean, you got, Smith-Schuster or whatever, and he's good, but he's not a 1. James Conner, you can just take away the run and play man outside, and that's what the Patriots did. They don't have a great defense, but when you don't have very many options, they can take them away. Power rankings for this week are similar to last. New England's still number 1 for me. Tom Brady in that first half looked like he's 26 instead of 42. Precise, perfect. Defense played well. You get guys like Philip Dorsett, Josh Gordon. You got AB coming in this week. For 20 years, the biggest key of that offense has been a tight end. They didn't even really use a tight end the other night. They got a guy like Philip Dorsett just splitting the field. Still got Sony Michel, Burkhead, James White in the backfield. They got too many weapons. I think it's I don't know if they win the Super Bowl, but they look like they'll be there. Kansas City, Mahomes still looks as sharp as he did. No sophomore slump for him. Tyreek Hill did get hurt, but you got the emergence of Sammy Watkins to take his place. A full backfield. Travis Kelce's one of the best tight ends in the league. If the defense can play this a little bit, Kansas City definitely be right up there with New England for the AFC. Dallas, I know it was the Giants, but even with Ezekiel Elliott not being full strength, Dak Prescott looked really good. Amari Cooper, the Gallup kid, Jason Witten looked like he hadn't missed a beat, and the defense is all over the place. So Dallas moves up to number 3 for me, just because, I think if all those things are clicking and when Zeke gets back to 100%, that may be the team to beat in the NFC. Philadelphia did get down early, but with Wentz, Deshaun Jackson, the rebirth of Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz, a backfield full of guys, even Darren Sproles, rebirth back there. They can get a little defense, they'll be okay. So, and then the 5th team I'm gonna throw in there, and there's a lot of teams that could go in this 5th spot. I like the Saints, and the only reason I like the Saints is because they're never dead. Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara, in my opinion, is the best player in the NFL. And I know Zeke does a lot of things. Saquon does a lot of things. McCaffrey does a lot of things for the Panthers. But Kamara can play any position. He can line up as a wide receiver and play wide receiver. He can run the routes, and he has great hands. He's tough. He's durable. To me, Alvin Kamara is the best player all around, just because he's so versatile. He's kind of like a Marshall Faulk, but even more so better as a wide receiver, because he can not just catch it out the backfield, but line up and go down the field. And there's no linebacker in the league that can cover that guy. So the Saints will be my 5th team. But right now, it looks like New England's fluid. We'll see what happens. Antonio Brown could either move them up, or it might set them back. Sometimes less is more, and just because you got another good player doesn't necessarily help. We see what happened to Cleveland this weekend, which was another disappointment. Their leash is very small. They don't have a leeway. They get blew out by the Titans, who we didn't really expect a lot out of. Fortunately for the Browns, they play in division with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. They should get a couple wins there. Another team, Cincinnati, was surprised, but on the flip side, Seattle was surprised that they wasn't that sharp. Usually Pete Carroll's got his guys in there. They added Jadeveon Clowney. Offensively, they got a pack of running backs back there. Thought Seattle would have been better as well. But right now, New England, Kansas City, Dallas, Philadelphia, New Orleans. Looking forward to a good week 2. Panthers kick it off on Thursday night against Tampa Bay, and then a full slate Sunday and Monday. So, going to be a busy week of football. Talk to y'all tomorrow.